Hey everyone! We're gonna have a real good chat with Joanna Dong in a really short while. So we're just gonna wait for her to come. I've known Joanna for quite some time and she's here! Yay! Let's add her in. Here we go. Is she in? Hey Ken! Oh my
Hi.
gosh! Hello Joanna!
Hi.
Oh, you have such nice earphones. My earphones look
Yeah.
damn horrible. If I wore them, they would be so ugly.
Oh no. It's just a slightly different setup because this is for IG, so it's not my usual going through like the audio interface and DAW. So I'm using like this my Shure MV88. Yeah, because it's streaming directly from my mobile phone.
Are you using
Yeah.
the Pro the mixer thing, the Roland Pro mixer?
I normally do, but not for this. Yeah, sorry, I was adjust. I realized my hand was blocking the screen. I don't know IG Live that often actually. I use it for like a bit more random like bolao things.
Oh no, this is damn bolao. We're obviously damn bolao. So we
Very
have
good.
to do
I love that
really.
you have dressed up for the occasion.
I know because I
Yeah.
have no microphone, so I gotta make up with it with my clothes to distract people that I don't have a mic. I
No
haven't
need, no
figured
need,
out.
no need.
I haven't
Okay.
figured out the IG live thing that you were telling me because I asked really to say out of stock, and then I tried to get like the normal TRS things and connect. Then I think it's the wrong
Yes.
thing. I think we need like three stripes or something, right? So
Oh.
yeah, so I haven't.
Okay, okay, okay.
I'm like I need
Uh,
to figure this out.
okay, don't worry. So for live streaming, right, there are a couple of like different things that you can do in terms of audio. So one is to get a USB, um, so USB mic or like the Shure, it plugs straight into your mobile phone. But if you eventually want like better quality, then you have to kind of do it from a laptop. In which case, you probably want like a USB condenser mic,
Yeah.
or like you might want to then I don't know, like yeah, you probably need an audio interface. So then your usual XLR. Do you have like already a condenser mic at
So
home,
I
or
had
like do
no,
you
so
do
I
any
have
recordings?
I know I have the condenser
Right.
and then I have
Yeah.
the USB. So you know what? Then I realized that I need a power adapter to power the interface separately in order to use the output. Because if not, the output will go to a USB. And then because I haven't used it forever, I lost the power output. It's a duet US. It's a
Oh no.
the and then I'm trying to find, I can't find it, and it's a very special like hole to put the power plug. And then they don't sell it to Singapore from the States. And then when I asked Cinemax, they said they don't bring it in. So unless I
Oh
want to do like
no.
forwarding situation, I have no way of powering that thing. Or if someone wants to sell me uh, a power a power plug for your duet interface and you don't need it, please give to me.
Wow. Yeah, you might
I
have
don't.
to like Carousel and Nego or somebody
It's
for
very
it.
specific. It's a very specific, like it's a specific size of that little round hole to put the power thing. So for now, I'm
Yeah.
just like, okay. So I did this like live thing, like this Sanogo power gig thing, and I was consulting with Daphne Koo, and then
Mm-hmm.
Daph was like, oh, maybe you just play the sound of speakers, and then you sing a cappella. I literally just did that. It was not the ideal, but yeah, it was like
Yeah,
raw
you know,
voice.
but it's a hack. It's something you can do. Can you hear me
Yeah,
clearly, by the way?
you are very clear. So I want
Oh,
to know
good.
what's the
Okay.
model of your mic later.
Oh, can.
So
Just
your
plugged
mic goes. So
into.
your mic goes straight into the phone. Like the wire doesn't. You don't have to change the wire.
Yeah, I don't. As you can see, like it's connected, the wire is connected to my phone.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but, this only works if, for example, let's say your husband is playing guitar and everything's just being picked up by one mic. So this is good for that.
Yeah.
But if you want like a to play a -1, or you want to, for example, have somebody zoom in like I do on my own live streams, then you will need a more complicated setup. You will have to use your laptop. Yeah, the mobile phone, kind of, I don't know how one can do that. Yeah, clearly I spend a lot of time trying to figure this
And
out.
then
Yeah,
these are Bluetooth, right?
those of
Obviously,
you
this
who
is a
are like
Bluetooth.
watching, yeah, can like this is like a impromptu tech discussion for singers. Ask us your
Discussion.
questions in the comments below. If you have
Yeah. So
any like
option one,
questions, yeah.
get a proper interface and figure out the cable connection into your phone. That's the thing I was trying, but I don't have the cable or don't have the power adapter for my interface. Option two, get a
Yeah.
USB microphone like what you're using now, and
Yes,
then
or you can get the Roland Go Mixer Pro. So that also plugs in directly. So that is an audio interface, and that one is for mobile.
yeah,
But
and
my
then put the wire.
recommendation, my recommendation is if you already have XLR condenser mics, then you don't need the Roland. You can use your existing audio interface like Scarlett or whatever. And what you do need, however, is a virtual mixer. So there are many different virtual mixers. The one I use is Sound Siphon, but you can use Soundflower, you can use Black Inch Audio, I think. So there's a lot of options online depending on whether you're on a Mac OS or something. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just
So
to replace the audio, like the digital software lah. If like you don't want to use Logic or whatever.
yeah, also because like when you're playing stuff from your laptop, usually let's say if you're just Facebook Live from the laptop, right? It doesn't capture the audio from your like from your laptop itself. It only captures the mic audio. So that's why
Yeah,
you need
that's
the
like
virtual
mid
mixer to hook everything up. Yeah, it gets quite technical, but okay, when you get some of that stuff sorted, then you can ask me, I'll help you.
We'll do another one, and then I'll like, hey, the sound
Yeah,
better.
yeah, yeah.
So these are Bluetooth, right? Like the one that you're using is like
These are
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth, but this is just to help me hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Myself, I'm quite soft in these, but yeah.
Yeah. So means that if you use that to plug in, means that the sound won't like it won't
Okay, so
be.
the thing is, I can't plug both my headphones and my mic in at one time
Yeah.
because you know the iPhone only has one jack,
One.
which is very annoying. But yeah, so that jack is being used up by my mic.
Yeah, yeah.
So then yeah, there's nowhere for me to plug this in. Then if I plug my, I can, okay, so there's actually a monitoring thing here, right, on the
Okay,
mic.
yeah.
So I can plug my IEMs into here. But then I think I will only hear myself. I will only be able to monitor what my mic is picking up, but I then won't be able to hear you.
Yeah, it's not from
So,
the phone, from the mic.
yeah. So it's good. Then that's also good for like it's a one-way transmission. Meaning if it's just Facebook Live and it's just me talking to you
Good,
guys,
good.
then I can monitor myself from the
Yeah,
mic. So that's also possible.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
good.
I know it's
So
very
you,
technical, but
yeah, but you've been having so many like streams and all that. I think it's totally worthwhile, like for you to have all this set up. It's very, very worth it.
yeah, it's worthwhile. Yes, both also because I cannot tahan like shitty sound. I think it's like
I
yeah,
know, me too.
like it's an occupational hazard, right? It gets very grating when the
Absolutely.
sound isn't great. But even now, I'm facing issues. So last night my live stream also that was like because I was using a new platform, I was using OBS for my live stream. So yeah,
Oh yeah, that's
somewhere
a
I was
whole thing even, right? Is it
yeah,
good?
so yeah, it's open sourced, so it offers many customizable options. So it was good for me because of the way I set up my audio. So some of the more user-friendly platforms like StreamYard, for example, they don't really allow for that much customization in terms of audio input. So it's actually harder for me because I wanted to be able to, like I said, be able to feed in the
Mm,
MMO or someone from
I,
Zoom into the
oh, I see. So it allows you to put in
cast.
Zoom as well as like
Yes,
minus ones from your
yes,
computer at the same time. Like it can have
yes.
multiple. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So that's also why I had to use OBS. So it's painful, but it's worthwhile in the sense that then you can really tailor your stream, your live stream to like your specific needs. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Alyssa
so
says,
good.
now 姐姐 from don't know anything about tech to teaching people tech, whoa, tech savvy liao. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm tech savvier. I wouldn't say I'm like
yeah.
objectively tech savvy, but I
You
know
learn
a
a
bit
lot this
more.
season.
Yeah, Chinese, we have this 成语 called 久病成医, means like if you've been ill for a long time, you become somewhat of a doctor yourself. And so that's kind of what I am. It's because I have made so many mistakes. I've spent so many hours being frustrated that I've managed to figure out some things because of
Yeah,
that. Hi, Alfred.
yeah.
Looking at some of the comments. So,
Did your
Sarah,
did
you
your
can't see the
trauma?
comments on my side, right?
I can see.
Oh, okay, cool.
Alfred saying hello, 姐姐 and Yan
Yeah.
Geology.
Yes, hi.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like the Shurma is also from Sweden or you got somewhere else?
The show like is from See Here Live. They're also a Singaporean like company that provide a lot of music related things. Yeah. So See Here Live, I think they are the distributors, the official distributors for sure. Yeah.
Cool.
Hmm.
Okay, definitely gonna check that
Yeah.
out. What else have you been doing besides tech stuff?
I think cooking a lot more,
Oh,
which is nice, and most days it's surprisingly decent, so quite proud of myself.
like Chinese
But
food? Your mom is
uh,
like that. I remember.
Yeah. My mom is a great cook, but because my mom is a great cook, actually most of my life I have never had the need nor the desire to enter the kitchen and learn anything, right? You're spoiled. Firstly, you're spoiled because she cooks so well, why bother, right? And she's like really fast
It's
and
so
she's like
amazing what she does.
yeah. Very elaborate, you know, she has great variety, great repertoire. So like no need to learn. But the other reason why when I was growing up I didn't learn also is because the kitchen is her domain. So if you go in and you trespass and you mess things up, right, you're gonna like you're gonna get an earful for sure lah. So yeah, I just like stay out of her hair, you know, and I stay out of the space. So like just let her use the kitchen. So it wasn't until like I got married and then we moved into this place that I started cooking. But even then, like work was busy, so and I was
Yeah.
traveling quite a bit, so never really cooked except for like big occasions like Christmas. And then Christmas is always ang moh jia. It's always like, oh, we do a roast beef or we do like a
Yeah.
stew or whatever. So yeah, I've only recently kind of started doing the very basic Chinese cooking like stir fry, fried rice, you know, steaming stuff. Yeah, so it may seem very basic to many people who are, you know, used to cooking at home, but for me it was new lah and very
Yeah.
novel.
I
But it's
still
starting
remember
to
your
wear
mom's
off.
laksa.
Oh
She
my
made
God. Yeah.
she made this awesome laksa.
Yeah. My mom is very creative, so she will make laksa, but like you know, you have
and
laksa paste.
the fried dongfen thingy.
Yeah. So she
Ah!
will make many varieties with the same base ingredient or base spice. Like she would have like these mini otas that she would make, and then after that she will use the ota paste and then she'll put it onto like a scallop and bake the scallop, and then it's like
Oh, so
a
smart.
baked ota scallop, whatever. Yeah, so it's like she's very creative that way. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So I
smart.
think I've learned a little bit.
Is she gonna write a cookbook or something? She encouraged her to like do a book that like
She
documents
well, I
everything.
mean, so she posts on IG. My mom's
Yeah.
IG handle is Frida-ism, if you are interested. I can post. Then you can go and
I
see
still
like
follow her.
what my mom's food looks like. It's
It's
quite
this one, right?
impressive.
Freda Lism.
Yeah. So let me there you go.
Correct?
Yeah,
Freda
yeah, yeah.
Lism.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
She'll be like, who are these people who are following her? Yeah.
值得学
So,
习，值得学习。
是的. Yeah. So I absorbed some of that growing up.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you
I'm sure
have
you're
an
creative like
extensive
her.
bookshelf behind you. Are those all
Oh,
your books or Mark's as well?
it's Mark's design books that have been accumulating over the last, what, 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's like, obviously, this design.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, I mean, you're quite into design too, so you know
Because of my good friends, they're in interior and graphic design respectively. So yeah, you cannot help but be influenced lah. Yeah. So my home is designed by my best friend Kit. Yeah, from Wink Collaborative. So been very thankful actually that we put in the effort and the the resources to bother designing the space because now we're really fully utilizing the home
yeah,
and
yeah.
enjoying every corner of it, because there's
It's
nowhere
very
else
well
to go.
done. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's such a nice backdrop, like when you do your lives, like the pink.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know
It's very rosy, like because the light bounces off it, right? So it makes
Yeah,
everybody in the house look very healthy.
so
Yeah.
flattering.
Yes. Flattering colors. I know, but it's quite back in the day. It was quite bold. But we've been here maybe what 6, 7 years already. So 6, 7 years ago, this color scheme in a home, it is quite still quite a bold decision. But I think after that, then Millennium Pink was color of the year, Pantone
Yeah,
color
you're
of the
ahead of
year
the
or
time.
something. I know. Yeah. So then I think a lot of very cool places started to adopt the dusty pink, and so now I think people are quite used to it already. It's not
Yeah,
shocking.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. You're ahead of
Yeah.
the time, and now it's like super relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
my
But how have you and Mark been like this period of time? You've got 2 kids, right?
Yeah, 2 kids.
Whoa.
We've been actually so busy because we just handling so many things like with the kids, and we
Mm.
ended up like having this weird schedule now where the only time we can have the house quiet to ourselves is like late at night, like after the kids sleep, like now, like
Yeah.
starting something 10. So then by the time we like start doing stuff, it's like 10:30, 11. And then we're staying up until like 1, 2 o'clock, and I've been having quite a lot, like quite a few of like 3, 4 a.m.s, and just because I'm just trying to finish stuff that people are asking me for, and just like in the day because I was delayed, you know. So
Yeah.
it's really just a weird time. Like, I feel jet lagged. I mean, I feel kind of like I'm in this
Yeah.
weird time
Yeah.
zone because like everything has shifted, and yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to sleep earlier, but I mean, I think I've told some people before so that like I've not really slept like super well ever since like CB started. I don't know how you feel. Like there's something like a bit of like
Mm.
restlessness.
Yeah.
You know, just in your spirit, it's a bit like, you know,
Oh
not
yeah.
super.
I definitely concur. It's not just us, you know. Because I follow Jeremy Montero on his social media, right? And so like Prof Montero also is like he's been sleeping very late, and you know like he's been feeling very restless, and also he's been very, as always, he's very prolific and very productive. But I think this is across the board. Many of us, especially the people in the creative industries, I think there's a lot of undercurrents of anxiety
Yeah,
because yeah, I think a new world order awaits
yeah,
us
yeah,
even
yeah,
after this CB
yeah,
period. And
yeah,
what does that mean for us, you know, for whom I think it's not just our work, but I think our sense of meaning and self-identity comes from being around people face to face, performing for people in person.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
Having
I
a real connection and like getting energy of the room and
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You have a friend who says, "Hi, Sarah. Why
Why
your
your
friend look
friend look
like
like Annabelle?
Annabelle?"
Oh, who's
Who's
Annabelle?
Annabelle? Do they mean like Chucky's wife, Annabelle? That's a
I
bit
don't know.
scary.
It's okay. She's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's fine.
Thank you. It doesn't matter if you don't think so anyways. It's okay.
Who's
Yeah,
Annabelle?
it's okay.
So did you have any plans, or like what are your plans like moving forward? Do you have anything that like you've been able to adjust
Uh,
or change because of like what's happened?
well, actually, I had just started my own company. It was kind of like so we were in transition, right? It started November last year, and then so this year we were gearing up to just trying to get the company, you know, kind of on track, and you know, do as many live gigs as possible, and kind of save up a nest egg for the company so that we'll be in a good shape. So my company really just, I mean, I call it a company, but really it's just myself and my manager, and it's just an entity that takes care of all my work, whether it's the
Yeah,
filming or the TV hosting or the
yeah,
acting or the singing. But because this happened, actually, it was pretty terrifying because I was not, I mean, at that point in February, I'm a new business owner, and my business is like, I'm still trying to learn the ropes, right? Trying to figure out how to do everything. And then this happened. So
yeah,
yeah, it was tremendously stressful, but I'm very glad to say that at least as of now, we've come a long way. Like the pain I went through to try and do the live stream and all that has really paid off in the sense that we started getting a little bit of paid work to
yeah,
do live streams. So that's, I mean, I'm really grateful for that. And in some ways, it's a silver lining because
yeah,
a small company means that we're more agile, more spontaneous. Also because I'm the boss of the company, so I can make decisions really quickly. I don't have to get somebody else's approval. So in that sense, it was easier for me to be quick to respond, you know,
yeah,
and I could also then just make the decisions to say, okay, fine,
yeah,
I'll do this and this and that, and then I break my back, but it's okay because it's like for my own company. Sometimes you can't help but feel like, oh, you know, if you're breaking your back to learn something new for somebody else, for a boss, for just because your boss tells you to, like there's always like a more
yeah,
like you feel very 不甘愿.
yeah.
So now I got no choice, right? I cannot complain. Got nobody else to blame and nobody else to rely on. So I had to force myself. Yeah.
It's so good. I think that's something that will never be taken away, right? Whatever we learn and whatever we experience for ourselves is gonna like always stay with us, and it'll definitely add on to whatever experiences in the future, right? It's so good.
Yeah. Oh,
And
your
how's
friend says
that stuff
Annabelle is city
in city
worship.
worship?
Do you
Who's
have a friend in
that?
city worship?
Oh no!
Okay,
I'm
never
so sorry.
mind.
I don't know who you're talking about.
It's okay. You can maybe, yeah, later we will go and Google Annabelle from City Worship. But I mean, I don't know. A lot of people think that I remind them of friends, which I think is, I guess it's a good sign. It means that you find me
对，就是你的个性很
familiar.
体贴。
Yeah, I'm a familiar face. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not a
yeah.
bad thing. Yeah. Well, but yeah, what about music wise then? I mean, the last I spoke to you, which was quite a while back already, you were still, I remember you had questions about, where to go in your own music career. And then now that like this has thrown all of us into a new environment.
Yeah.
Yes, Alyssa, I look like Xiang Yun, yes.
Yes, you do with bigger eyes.
I love her. She's so cute. Xiang Yun Jie is very,
Yeah,
very
you do
sweet.
smile a bit like her, like your
Yeah,
smile.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I mean
yeah,
for my,
so
yeah, for my music, like I mean the last 3 years, like I've been working more with Mark, and so I mean it was very difficult to do much in the scene. But this year but last year I actually signed a Sony ATV publishing deal to be a writer,
mm,
and
oh
so I
cool.
didn't tend to do like my own music. And in fact, like we were actually pregnant and we were expecting a baby in February, and
Uh-huh.
then we had a stillborn in November. She stopped moving, and then we had to give birth to her. So what happened was that the whole of last year I had no plans for anything. I was just like, okay, I'm just going to do this writing thing and see how it goes. I didn't intend to release anything myself. Then after what happened, just like, it's been 6 months exactly today, because that was November 15th that we gave birth to her and she went to heaven.
November 15th is my
Yeah.
birthday.
Oh, really? That's the same birthday as Nadia. We call her Nadia.
Yeah.
So okay, now I always remember that's your birthday. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. I did see you post a bit on your IG, so I inferred as much. Yeah.
But the amazing thing is that it was because that I was pregnant that we were allowed to move our HDB, and we were allowed
Yeah.
to rent out and rent this new place that you can see this bookshelf, and like there's I'm actually next to my piano. There's a place for me to
Oh,
put.
nice. Yeah.
And it's only because of that we were actually moved out. So she had her purpose and her season to be alive even for a short while. And now it's kind of like that. I don't have that constraint. I'm not going to have a baby or anything. I in the beginning of the year I was like, okay, you know what, I've written for like some of my own stuff that hasn't gone in place. Why don't I just consider like having a plan for something this year? So by some divine arrangements, I met the guys at Noiville who've been working with like they've been doing stuff like for the scene like Shake is used to be from 7th Summer State band. Basically just like connecting with a few people and like letting them listen to my demos, and they're like, yeah, we could definitely do something some more contemporary R&B, because I haven't really been like doing any new music since like more than 3 years ago. So it's gonna be exciting, I think, because this is my 10th year since I did like my jazz EP.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it's like, oh my gosh. I feel old, but no, I'm not. It's kind of like,
Yeah, yeah. You cannot say that in front of me.
no, but you cannot say that in general, because if not,
Yeah.
you just like, it goes to different things, right? Because so I'm like, you know what? It's not about being old. It's that we've been building that foundation, right, of who we're meant to be as artists, and even for you, like when you had your breakthrough and the ability to be on that platform, I looked at it and I was like, you know what? This is the Joanna that I know. Like, I have never known her to be anybody else. And that's why I texted you. I was like, Joanna, I'm so proud of you, because this is exactly who you are. It's just that now you have like that platform, And so I think I believe that, which is that we need time to develop who we are, to be a certain point. And I feel like even though I've not necessarily been making music, who I am has been developed through like life experiences, even like the work I do like corporately with branding. And then we launched Taijo, this like handphone sling brand.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So even all these things like add up to the person of who I am. And I used to despise the fact a bit that I was like, hey, why is it I can't just be a musician? Why is it like I'm able to do branding and I'm doing business? But like I just recently been like, you know what, I should take that as an asset. I should be able to see that
absolutely. Yeah.
I can make business decisions, and I can use that to my advantage now that I'm in a position to do so. Because maybe 10 years ago I wasn't. I didn't have all this experience, to do with branding, marketing, business work. So I actually today was the deadline for the NAC PNP grant, and I just did it just
Oh,
7 o'clock. I was like, I'm talking to Joanna at 9. I have to submit by 7. I don't care.
congrats. Wow, yeah. I think that's also the lesson that I learned from my whole stint at Sing China, because I think the way I grew up, I kind of like, I remember saying to my secondary school best friend, I was saying, oh my God, in just a few years, we will be too old to be prodigies. And I don't know
That's
what
the
kind
thing
of
that we're told, right? We're always
young
told
people
that
we
you
are.
have to be young to succeed. It's very weird, right?
Yeah. And so you feel like if you're not prodigious when you're very young, then you're never going to be prodigious, which is an absolute lie.
Yeah,
So, and also everything that you've learned and accumulated is going to help you. You just don't know how yet. But, and
yeah,
also you have to also believe that maybe your time just hasn't come. I think a lot of people, especially my age, who said like, you know, yeah, when I was what 35 when I won when I won that chance
yeah.
to be in that contest. So, I didn't think it could happen to me at that age, but clearly, yeah, you never know.
It
So,
was
yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
And
And you
now, I
spoke,
mean, now that all your entrepreneurial skills will be so useful, especially in times like these. Every singer now has to figure out how to do their own marketing, do their own branding, because you are, you're
yeah,
with yourself at
yeah,
home, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And that's one of the things that I think, like the biggest things that happened over time was like my change of mindset, because it used to be like I used to think, oh, okay, I'm very good at organizing things and get it done. Then I shifted from, oh, I need like a lot of people to open the door for me. Like I need like a big opportunity or something to happen. And then when it didn't happen, I'm disappointed. And then now I'm kind of at a stage where, you know what, like I kind of need both. I need to be able to have a team, but they're not going to open doors for me. But I need a team to support, right? Because you can't do everything yourself. But then on the other hand, you need to believe that you can learn, you can grow. You know, God can give you wisdom. You can learn from experiences, right? To have a new application to be able to meet the challenges that keeps you humble, right? Because it's not about what you've learned before. It's about what are you willing to learn. Like you know, it's kind of like
Yeah.
I'm not techie war. Then now what expert now teach me
What are you willing to learn? I think that's what a great phrase, because I think that's also like Zach and I, my husband, he's an arts educator, and so one of the things that we have been having a lot of conversations about is what do young people need to be learning right now? What is it that is essential for them to learn? And I think it is, like because he's teaching in an art school, then is it really like just the techniques?
Yeah,
Is it, preparing them for performing in a conservatory or what? I think in where he's coming from is and we both believe that we have to teach young people how to make use of their own resources, how to keep learning,
yeah,
and yeah, how to make art, regardless of what it is your actual discipline is, right? So,
yeah.
the big things that we've been thinking about, but it's, I guess that's why we still have meaningful conversations with each other, even though we're stuck in the same house. Because these are really deep conversations that are very, very hard to,
So good.
unpack all in once, right? So we can have
Yeah,
continuous long conversations.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, it's good. It's really about like helping people to have an open mindset. I think that's what the kids need to have. Like that, not be afraid to try and fail also. I
Oh
think
yeah, oh
we don't
yeah.
want to need to be sold the idea of that, oh, we're successful or that you get it the first time. Like you need to learn, pay your dues, fail, you invested money into it. Oops, try
Yeah.
again.
And there's really there's no big break. Like the myth of the big break. I
That's a
think
good
it
one.
can really be quite damaging. So even for me, like Sing China is considered my big break. But even after that, remember you were just talking about how, oh, you feel like you need somebody to open doors for you. And for me, I was also a bit naive, and I thought, yeah, this is my big open door into China. I'm going to make it big in China. But that
Yeah.
wasn't what happened for me either. It was a huge platform. It did open doors. But, between like, doing that competition and now it's been like 2 coming to 3 years, it's still really, really competitive and really, really hard to make a name for yourself, in a place as full of talent as China. So there's still, constant like ups and downs, like, oh
Yeah.
yay, I got this thing, but then
Yeah.
oh, it wasn't what
Yeah.
like I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be, or it didn't give me the opportunities I thought it was gonna do. So we just keep going through.
So, but how is that going? Like, are you still trying to perform in China or like
So, I
how?
mean, right now it's of course taken a bit of a standstill because, I mean, physically nobody's going to be traveling anywhere for a while, and then trying to
Wuhan just
do
came out in
things,
cluster. What's that?
yeah,
Gosh.
trying to do things online with China fans. The difficulty is always the firewall. So, all my live streams in Singapore, they can't see it, and I
Yeah.
also cannot live stream to China because
Yeah.
I
You're
have
not
to
out,
cross a
right?
firewall, yeah, to reach them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I have to probably VPN or whatever.
Oh,
So
Isaac.
it Isaac. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Hi Isaac. Saw you on the Mother's Day show. Well done. Yeah. So we were on the same Mother's Day concert recently. Yeah. So that the big break thing is it's a bit of a miss.
Yeah.
It's always hard work.
Yeah.
All that awaits you is more hard
Yeah.
work. Always.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. It's like once you pass this level, there's that next challenge, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, like, I personally was also looking to the China market, and it's so difficult
Mm,
because like there's a lot of restrictions on like foreigner accounts and stuff like that. So
yes.
Weibo doesn't allow you to 直播 as a foreigner. So you need someone you
Yes.
trust to open an account for you. But would you? Because then they have all your followers if it's under them.
Yeah.
So it's a real quandary. Like, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
So that's exactly what I face.
yeah.
Um, George Leong, who is a really experienced music producer, so he has, along with a few other people, he has founded this thing called Sing Pop. Now, Sing
Oh
Pop is,
yes,
yeah, it's meant to help
with King Long,
singers.
right?
Correct, correct. So it's meant to bridge the gap between, Singaporean Mandarin songwriters and performers to help their work reach the audiences in China. I think that is the ultimate vision for that entity. So of course,
Wow.
again, like I said, the CB period has thrown everything off track, but hopefully when things recover, they can continue to make that happen. It is something quite
Oh my
important.
gosh, I must tell you something. So
What?
was talking. You know Muan, right? You know Muan, the
Yes,
like.
yes, yes, yeah.
So Muan, okay, sorry, everybody, you're having industry talk, but ignore us. So Muan and I were talking because I was like, hey, okay, so I'm gonna apply for this NAC grant, right? What's the possibility of me getting a tour component and I apply for it? Anyway, we didn't put any tour component in because it just doesn't make sense from a financial point of view to do that.
Mm.
But because we were talking, he was like, oh, it'll be good if we can get like a bunch of singers or like a concept and then you tour together. Then because the cost is the same per show, but you pull resources,
Correct,
right?
correct.
But then he said that because he's actually like trying to help Live Nation to source for contact. So why Live Nation is Live Nation is going to have a gap of Western artists coming in because the
Yeah,
Western artists will dare less to fly than us, right? Because we're like, China, okay lah. They're China like no, right? So
right.
so okay, cut the long story short, we were thinking like, oh, maybe we should like get King Long on board because he's doing all these like big artists, right? And then what happened was that we spoke to King Long and we had a Zoom call. King was like, no, the very big artists are not going to do a tour. They'll do like a one-off for charity, but they don't do a tour.
Yeah,
Then King Long was like, no, I challenge you because he's the sing pop dude also, right? He's like, I don't know how I
yeah.
got put this sing pop thing, but I'm the chairman. We're like, okay.
Yeah, he is.
And then so he said, I challenge you guys because I think we need to have a really creative concept for the tour. And if we have a really creative concept, we don't need to rely on like, a mega star like JJ or Steph, even though it would be great, but they have their own agendas, right? And they have the difference in their audience versus upcoming artists is too big, right?
Yeah,
So can
yeah,
we come up with a more creative concept that will allow us to go without having to rely on these people? Because these people can only maybe come for one-off if it's for charity, they're not going to
yeah,
come on a tour. Whereas for artists like us, where we want to be exposed to the market, we want to do the tour, right? We want to be exposed.
yeah.
So while he was saying that, then I said, okay, so what's interesting to you, King Long? Because like we think that you have, some renown, 有些名誉, right? So he said, well, I mean, for me, like doing music is always very fun. Like, the music of it will be fun. Like, can we do something musically related and something that has an exchange with the local Chinese talent? So for example, like we get a really kind of like already a very soul R&B singer, and then we have you, Sarah, to kind of like do some kind of exchange, whether it's a duet or like outright contest or whatever, where so it's literally like China versus Singapore. Then
Right.
and he's talking about it in a concert context, right? He's like, can
Yeah,
we actually
yeah,
get
yeah,
a
yeah.
mix, right? So it's like cultural exchange or 交流. And then when he said that, I said, you know what? That sounds like a TV show. I said,
Yeah, I think
it sounds
Japan
like
had
a
this
TV
red
show.
white thing and then later they adapted it for Chinese language audiences like 红白大赛. So they would get like artists and they would be on two teams, the red team and the white team, and usually there'd be some kind of reason lah. I mean, it might be
Yeah,
arbitrary, but like how they are distributed. So it may not even be like all on one team is from one country, but it could be like all the girls, but there could be some from China, some from Singapore, and then all the boys, some from
yeah,
here, some
yeah,
from Singapore, for
yeah, yeah.
example.
Yeah,
Um,
so I said it sounds like a TV show, and if we could have a good concept, then Mu'an happens to know Hunan very well. I don't know why he knows all these TV stations. He's like for them. So Mu'an is like Mu'an very quiet, right? Then he will like,
yeah, yeah.
but then when he speaks, he got words of genius coming out. So he's like, yeah, I know Hunan very well. He's like, so we're
Well,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, if we can come up with a good idea, I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, we can take this offline. If we can come up with a good
Something
idea,
beautiful might come out of that.
yeah, we can propose, because if we can sell it to like STV or a government agency that wants to re-promote, if George Leong can convince someone from the government, I know he wants to meet Sudan, he was trying to meet like the politicians. I mean, that would be a great way to interact, because I mean, Keng Long has a point. It's good to have like an interaction with the local scene, right? Because then they can have their audience that they bring in as well.
Yeah, and you should, only because I think that is the genuine spirit of
Yeah,
music
yeah.
anywhere in the world. It's always about exchange. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, and I told him that, I mean, I said, you see, if we do it as a show concept, the TV show concept will always lead to an immediate publicity for a tour, like an actual live tour, because once
Uh-huh.
you see that people can sing on TV, you will want to see them tour. I mean, it's a very natural consequence, right? So you have to
Yeah.
think it like a whole package. It's a show plus tour concept. It's not just a show. It's a show that's going to have, maybe Live Nation come in as the tour partner to take it, to like maybe just the major Chinese cities and stuff
I
like
love
that.
how you've always been very ambitious. Like you dream big. I think that's great. We really need people like you because like I'm not like that. I know I'm a very like dream only within means person. So I don't have like yeah. I just take very small steps. So I always just see just a little bit ahead of my of my field of vision, and I just try and crawl towards that. No, but I think what you're saying is great. These are all great ideas, and the wonderful thing about Singapore is that it is a very small and close knit scene. I mean, how is it that plebeians like us can know gods like King Long, right? But that's the thing. That's the beauty of how you're at most twice or three times removed from somebody who is like a on the pedestal, the top rung of the industry. That's the beauty of being in Singapore.
It's good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
So
it's
yeah, make it happen.
okay. I message you later, and then I don't actually I haven't met George, but then we had the Zoom call with King Long, right? And she was
Oh,
really
he's
about
very nice. He's very nice. I'm sure he'll be happy
yeah.
to chat
So
with you. Yeah.
yeah, so I'd be happy to have a chat with everybody, and then it's good that you mentioned that there's a president's the red white thing, because I didn't know there was such a thing. I'll go check
Oh,
it
it's a
out.
very old like competition thing, and I think it originated in Japan, like
You know
Japanese
what they
TV
say, right?
shows.
There's nothing new under the sun, right? But we're just
Yeah,
taking
yeah, yeah.
old tropes and making them into new things.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
So are you
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
sing something? Can we sing something? Let's sing something.
It's hard to sing together, right? Because of the
Yeah,
latency. I
cannot.
don't
It
know.
takes time to like sing
Yeah.
one line kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, any jazz standard, there's, I mean, what have you fallen in love with of late? I have been
Um,
rediscovering some old stuff. So like I pulled out my old iPad. I don't use this anymore, so
the
because
old
this
gig.
is yeah, it's so old that I don't even dare to update it because I'm afraid that the whole thing will crash. So it only has my old charts in it. Like I can't even update it with new charts because yeah. But I have all my old lyrics in here.
I
Yeah.
have a similar iPad as well, and I don't know
Yeah.
where it is. Somewhere in the bookshelf, probably somewhere here.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like
I mean,
what?
I
We
mentioned like a
sing
few.
one line, we trade lines, is it? You
Yeah,
just
yeah,
sing
yeah.
something lah. It's okay. If I know it, I'll be able to find the lyrics somewhere.
I also don't know yet. I mean, I shared just those three songs because they were songs that I like know off the top
Yeah,
of my
I
head.
know all of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Corcovado is nice.
Uh,
Yeah, hey, can you play?
Portuguese lah.
Do you play? Because you got piano there, right? Because I cannot play, so I'm sorry I cannot help you.
Wait, I don't know whether I'm a master enough to play
Oh
jazz.
yeah, 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 yeah. No, I know.
I can play my own songs though. I cannot play other people's songs. So
Your
bad,
songs
right?
are great. You're a really good songwriter, Sarah. You should keep
Oh,
writing.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should write something together. Because
I cannot. I'm a terrible
no,
writer.
because you're very good at Chinese lyrics.
An illusion. I am not very good at Chinese lyrics. Yeah. No, that's no, really, really, really. So here's the thing. I am only decent at translating, but if you just want me to write from scratch, cannot make it.
No,
Yeah.
but I mean, so you can write like something Englishy and then after that, like create Chinese version.
Cannot lah. Go and work with somebody like Xiao Han or like we have a lot of very good Chinese lyricists in Singapore. I am not them. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I can help you to play the opening chord, I guess. Wait, is this the correct key? What key is this?
Never mind, you just sing. When you stop, I'll pick it. I'll pick up where you left off, where you leave off. Yeah. It's not that easy to play Tosca.
Yeah, you sure this is supposed to be G minor? I'm playing G minor, ma.
Just sing a cappella lah, babe.
Let's sing a cappella.
Yeah.
Okay, we just sing this here.
Can.
Are we singing English?
Yeah.
But actually, that's a bit high, right? Quiet nights, that's too high.
Maybe in C major.
Which would be... Oh, it's quiet nights of quiet stars. Okay, go. Okay, 姐姐开始。
Quiet nights of quiet stars, quiet chords on your guitar, floating on the silence that surrounds us.
Quiet thoughts and quiet dreams, quiet walks by quiet streams, in a window that looks out on Corcovado. Oh, how lovely.
This is where I wanna be, with you here so close to me, until the final flicker of life's embers.
Hey, I who was lost and lonely, believing life was only a bit of tragic joke if found with you. Ooh, the
meaning of existence, oh my love.
I miss your voice so tenderly. I miss you singing so close to me.
Yeah. Oh man, I miss jam sessions, and just hearing people play music, like feel the sound wave.
Yeah, you know, it's so sad that jazz has died as a commercial proposition.
As a commercial proposition, you mean
as
maybe.
venues, the venues have died.
Yeah.
I think there was only one at Dempsey, right? Like before CB closed, there was a new one at
Yes,
Dempsey.
it's called Maduro.
Yes, Maduro.
But it was doing pretty well, to their credit. So
Yeah.
it's really a shame.
Yeah.
But there's another one that will be coming up. I think Tin Box we'll have like a jazz and vintage kind of piano bar thing, there at Chimes.
Where's
So
that?
fingers crossed that when, this is lifted, Tin Box is at Chimes. So it's a
Oh,
huge live house venue. Mainly, I think their main stage does mostly Mandarin pop, so a bit like Dragonfly type, the old Dragonfly type of vibe, but maybe a bit more curated. So I believe that Jeremy Montero will be performing there, in the piano bar venue. Yeah, that's under the umbrella of the establishment. So still got a chance, I mean, it's always been like a niche market, right? So we can never expect the kind of big mass appeal, but as long as it survives, we just gotta keep pushing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like when there were like jam nights and stuff like that, I mean, long time ago
Yeah.
at Southbridge and all that, those are really fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but now the talent is incredible. The last that I was at Maduro for Jam, I think was Tuesday, one of the Tuesday nights. The young talents are crazy. They're so good and so
Yeah.
young. It's unbelievable. Yeah. So we just gotta try and hope that there are, more venues and try and keep the music going one way or
Yeah.
another lah. Yeah.
Are
Yeah
you
lor.
are you doing like a new project this year?
I was thinking, well, not I am planning to release music because I mean that's the one of the few things that you can actually do kind of
Yeah.
remotely. So we are planning for that. So arrangements are being written as we speak.
Wow.
Yeah, but that will probably be, I think, later part of this year lah, maybe last quarter or maybe yeah. Second half of the year for sure, or last quarter lah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're almost at half of the year already.
I know we are, right?
Where,
We
where
spent
did
most of this
that
quarter
time
at
go?
home.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah,
So it's gonna be Chinese single?
mostly Mandarin lah. My stuff will maybe sometimes have a bit of English in it, but it will mostly be covers, Mandarin covers. So yeah, lor, in my style lor. Yeah, the Dong Jie style. Yeah.
Is it
Oh,
an
Alyssa
EP?
says looking forward. Is it an EP?
Yeah, if you
I
have more
guess, yeah,
questions,
for
now it's
now.
time to ask 姐姐 your 问题.
Yeah,
There's a question button. Press the
it's an
questions.
AMA, right? I was like this old when I found out what AMA stood for. I think I only found out what that term meant this year.
What do you always thought?
Ask me anything. I didn't know
Oh,
that's what
ask me.
it stood for.
Oh my god.
Are you also today years
I
old
don't
and
know what you're
you
talking about. The house and
IG speak. Yeah.
yeah, my daughter, she never teach me. She's supposed to teach me all this young speak. Like what oof? What does oof mean?
What is oof?
So apparently, when you have nothing to say, you
Right.
say oof.
Oof.
It's like a
Okay.
yeah, like that.
Okay. All right.
It's like a universally acceptable response for anything when you don't know what to say. Something like that.
Ah, I see.
Any millennials listening can correct us, thanks.
Hey, sorry, they are not millennials already. We are, I mean, I'm a Zennial, you are a millennial. They are already
I'm the
like
old millennial.
they are post millennials. They are very like, I
Yeah,
don't know
there's
what
a
they are
Gen Z.
already. Yeah.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come
Oof.
back, no response.
Yeah. Well, I have to go soon because I have a Zoom date with some of my
Yeah,
friends. We're going to be
go
calling
ahead.
them. They live in the States, so it'll be like morning for them.
Also fun.
Yeah, no choice. Like
Yeah.
everybody misses each other, so gotta I already have to get everything ready. But we should probably just sing a little bit more,
Yeah, we can sing a little bit more.
Do you
Can
know
you do
like
some?
do you know I'm beginning to see the light?
Yeah.
Or okay,
Yes.
okay. Okay. Let okay. I'm just gonna try. I never cared much for moonlit skies. I never winked back at fireflies. But now that the stars are in your eyes, I'm beginning to see the light.
I never went in for afterglow or candlelight on the mistletoe. But now when you turn the lamp down low, I'm beginning to see the light.
Yeah, I used to ramble through the park, shadow shadow boxing in the dark. Then you came and caused a spark. That's a 4-alarm fire now.
I never made love, but I let them shine. I never saw rainbows in my way. But now that your lips are burning mine, I'm beginning to see the light.
Yeah, I'm beginning to see the
Light.
light. own, own self big band.
On self crash.
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
the piano,
man.
you know, there's a piano part
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah. No choice. I'm so dying to hear a bass player and a drum set, feel
Yeah,
the
I
floor of the stage
know.
vibrate with the bass
Okay, when
and
Maduro
drums.
next opens for Jam, we can arrange to meet there and have a
Yes,
jam.
yes, yes. Go there and just like soak in the music. It's just not the same. It's very nice though, don't get me wrong. It's so nice to just chit chat. It's been really nice to try. I mean, I said I'll do this for half an hour, then it's like 50 minutes really.
Oops, sorry.
No, no,
Oops.
no, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's all good. It's all good. Like I said,
Yeah, but we'll
my
let you get a
my
break before your Zoom call because you're
no lah,
gonna
no
have to.
lah. They're probably starting soon, so I'll probably go over really quick.
Yeah,
But yeah, so
we'll
take
catch up again
care.
then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
send my regards to Mark.
yeah. Say hi to Zach. Me.
Yeah, yeah, I will.
And we'll look forward
Okay.
to more cooking.
Oh yeah, I might do like some random IG of like me trying to cook. I don't know. The last time I did it, it was a bit fail.
Maybe we should do a proper IG jazz collab. We can do
Like
that.
how? How?
Oh, like means like what we just did, but we actually recorded properly lah with a
Oh
backing
yeah, yeah,
track.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we can do that one, right?
Yes, doable. Yes.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Cool.
But yeah,
Have a good
take care.
evening. Thanks so much
Yes.
for chatting.
No worries. It was good to chat. Bye, dear. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.